Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Tuesday's maths lesson. As always, we're going to begin by warming up our brains by doing some number work and some counting on 100 square, and we'll also be looking at some number sequences. Okay, so I have got here 100 square, except I've taken all the numbers away. So I want you to have a think for a moment, where would 89 go on the 100 square? I want to see if you can think out quite an efficient way. So we know that we could go from 1 and write all the numbers until we get to 89. But I want you to have a think about some other number patterns you know and how that could help you to quickly work out where 89 might go. What you could do is actually pause the video now and have a think about that while you work it out, because I'm going to move through this quite quickly. So pause the video now and think about where 89 would go on our 100 chart. Okay, so we know that 89 is closer to 100. We know that 100 is going to, excuse my messy writing, it's very tricky to write with this pen. We know that 100 is the last number on our 100 square. We also know that the numbers that go down the side of this 100 square are what? They're counting in tens. Now we're really good at counting in tens, aren't we? So we can go 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. So here's 80. Oh, this pen is very hard to write with. 80. Now I need to make the number 89. So I've got 80. How many more do I need to make 89? I need 9 more, sorry, don't I? So 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, and this is going to be 89. And that's where 89 goes. So I didn't have to start all the way from 1 and count up. I used my counting by tens, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. I counted down to 80, and then I add the 9 extra ones, and I've worked out that 89 goes here. Well done if you figured out a nice quick way to do that, or you might have worked out 89 another way. Feel free to write to me and tell me how you found the most efficient way to put 89 on our hundreds chart. Okay, next slide. All right, here are some number sequences. So I'm going to give you a moment to write down on a piece of paper our missing numbers. So what you can actually do here is pause the video because I'm going to keep going through this. So 15, 1 more than 15. Let me think. 1 more than 5 is 6. So 1 more than 15 is 16. So I write 16 like this, don't I? 16. Is that correct? I know if I was in the classroom now, I'd hear, no, Miss Hall. That's not how we write 16, is it? What do we know about teen numbers? They all start with a 1. They have one group of 10, that's my one group of 10, and my 6 extra ones, which is 16. 15, 16, 17, what comes next? 18. It's a teen number, so it has one group of 10, 8, and then 8 extra ones. 19, oh, what comes after 19? After the teen numbers come the numbers in the 20s. So 19, 20, 2 groups of 10, and it's got no ones. 21, 22, 2 groups of 10, and 2 extra ones. 22, 23, 24. 2 groups of 10, and 4 extra ones. Very good. Okay, numbers are a little bit bigger now. 45, so I'm looking at the numbers in the 40s here and the numbers in the 50s. 1 more than 5 is 6, so 1 more than 45 is 46. Very good. So the numbers in the 40s I know because we've learnt this. They have 4 groups of 10, 10, 20, 30, 40, and it has 6 extra ones. 47, 1 more than 47. 1 more than 7 is 8, so 1 more than 47 is 48. 4 groups of 10 and 8 extra ones. 49. 49. This is where lots of children get a little bit tricked by crossing through the 10s. So after the 40s come the, well, what comes after 4? 5. So it would make sense, because maths is all about patterns, that after the 4, if 5 comes after 4, the numbers that come after the 40s must be the 50s. So 50 has 5 groups of 10 and no extra ones. This pen's very tricky. 51. 1 more than 51, let's think. 1 more than 1 is 2, so 1 more than 51 must be 52. Good. And I've got 53, and 1 more than 53 is 54. Sorry, I'm having a bit of trouble with this pen. Okay, last one, and the numbers are quite big now, so these are the numbers in the 400s. So I've got 405. What comes after 5? 6. So after 405, it's going to be 406. And I'm sure you can write your numbers much neater than I can with a proper pencil. Okay, 407. 1 more than 7 is 8. So 1 more than 407 is going to be 408. Now these are just challenge slides here. In year 1, we only need to learn our numbers to 100, but I thought that I would put some tricky ones in here because I know that lots of you really like a challenge. 1 more than 409, oh sorry, 1 more than 9 is 10. So 1 more than 409 is going to be 410. 411, 1 more than 11 is 12, so 1 more than 411 is going to be 412. They were quite tricky, those ones. Okay, that's enough of our warm-up. So I just want us to revise something that we were learning in class. Now, as you can see here, we have got part, whole. We know that the whole is always the biggest. It's because it's the two parts that are joined together. This part and this part joined together to make the whole. Now, I have written a number sentence here, and I want you to have a think and tell someone around you, or you can just tell yourself, do you think that I have written this number sentence correctly? If you've answered no, well done. I didn't manage to trick you. If I have got 7 and I add, remember what that symbol add means? Add is when you put parts together and you end up with the most, you get more. I have 7, I get 12 more. Could I possibly end up with 5? No. And this was what was tricking quite a few of us last term. So this number sentence doesn't make sense. If I have got 12 and I add 5 more, I can't have 7, can I? Or if I have, 12 and I add 7 more, I'm not going to have 5. So I want you to write down 4 number sentences that match this part whole. I'll do the first one for you. So I can see here I've got 5, I subitized. I've got 5 blue, so 5. And that part plus, I might change. How many do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, plus 7 equals 5, and 7 more equals the whole number of 12. See if you can write down 4 number sentences. You could do 2 addition and 2 subtraction. I'll do 1 subtraction with you, and then I'll leave you to do the other addition and the other subtraction. We know when we subtract, we always start with the whole, the biggest number. So my whole is 12, so I start with 12. I'm going to take a part away. Remember, when we take a part away, we end up with less. I'm going to take away, I'll take away this part, which is 5. I take away 5. Oh, that wasn't very good, sorry. It's very tricky to write with this pen. I take away 5, and how many do I have left here? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 12 take away 5 equals 7. Now you can do 1 more addition and 1 more subtraction here. You can pause the video if you like, but I'm going to move on to the next slide. Okay, we were looking at number bonds yesterday, and we've done quite a lot of work around number bonds this term, but now we're focusing on putting them into a bar model. So, which one is my whole? Is it the green, red, or yellow? That's right, my whole is the green because it's always the biggest. The whole's always the biggest. So we can see here, my whole, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10 as my whole. I have got 1, 2, 3, 4, which are yellow, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which are red. Oh, I can't see that there. 6 that are red. So my number sentences could be 4 plus 6 equals, or the same as, equals means the same as, 10. Or it could be 6 plus 4 equals 10. My takeaway could be, remember when we take away, we start with the whole, 10. I take away 4 yellow and I'm left with 6. So 10 take 4 is 6, or 10 take away the 6 red equals 4. Okay, your turn. Ben and Alice have made a model to show a number fact. What is the same and what is different about their models? Have a little think now. Something is the same, but then something is also different. You can pause now and discuss this. Okay, so what is the same? Let's think. I can see their whole number here. I'm going to count the whole. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 is the whole, is Ben's whole number. Let's have a look at Alice's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And she has 10 as well. So that is something that is the same about both of their models. They both share the same whole number. They're both making 10. But let's have a look at how they partitioned, that means break the whole into parts, their numbers. Let's have a look at Ben's. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's got 5 in this part. Oh, and if he's got 5 in that part, I don't need to count. I know that there must be 5 in this part as well because I know that 5 and 5 makes 10. So he's partitioned his number into 5 and 5. Let's see how Alice has partitioned her number 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. She's got 4 red. And I actually don't need to count the purple because I know if I have 4, I need 6 more because I know my number bonds to make 10. So she's partitioned her number slightly differently. Instead of 5 and 5, she's got 4 and 6. So you can pause the video now and write me your family of facts, 4 number sentences to go with each of these. I'll write 1 addition and 1 subtraction on the side, and then I want you to do the other ones on your own. Okay, so I will write a addition and the subtraction one for Ben. So my addition is going to be, actually I'll do Alice. My addition is going to be 4, she's got 4 red, plus 6 equals 10. And you can form your numbers a lot better than I can with this pen. And then the subtraction would be, I start with the whole number, which is 10. I take away 6. And I'm left with 4. You should be able to have 4 number sentences for Ben and 4 number sentences for Alice. Okay, so now we're going to show the number sentence 3 and 4 equals 7 on our bar model, sorry. So I am going to choose colour green. My first part is 3. So I'm going to shade 3 of these boxes green. I'm going to choose a bigger pen. 1. You can colour in your boxes neater than I can. It's just quite tricky with this pen. 1, 2, 3. So 3. Got one part which is 3, and my other part, I'm going to change colour, is 4. So I colour in 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just doing this quickly so I can show you. And then 3 and 4 is the same as my whole, which is 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the number sentences could be 3 and 4 is the same as 7 or equals 7, or 4 and 3 equals 7. Or you have 7 take away 3 equals 4, or 7 take away 4 equals 3. Now for your activity, so this is up on the website today. So what you need to do is have a look at the bar models. You don't need to print this. You can just copy this on to a piece of paper. You don't have to draw the models on a piece of paper. You can just write the number sentences. So for example, I can see 1, 2, 3, 3. So I'd write 3 here. Plus, I can see 2 here is the same as or equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you would do that for all of them. Now there's 2 different types of this worksheet, and there's also a challenge which I will show you next. So this is going to be on our class page. And this is the bar model challenge. So this one here, you've got no numbers at all. You just have a bar model. So it's you how you would choose to partition the whole number. Okay, so you have to count the whole number. You have to have 3 different pencils, color in your parts, and then write your number sentences below.